Hey, Scorpio. My goodness. So, let's talk, guys. This definitely feels like an interesting reading, so please be patient and stay with me on this one. I'm going to try to stay as grounded as possible for you because I feel like all over the place in this energy, and I feel like I am facing something that I don't want to face. But the good thing about my readings are, even though if we come into this energy this way, I help you with whatever shadow work that needs to be done in order to help you through this energy, or how to accept what you need to accept, so on and so forth. Help you work through the block so that you don't stay stagnant for too long. So please be patient with me and stay with me for us to get through it, okay? So, the first thing that I'm going to go into is what it is that you're going through. And I have to say that I am starting in the energy of loss. I am starting with the energy of grief, not wanting to move forward. This is not, struggling with your sleep here. You might not be sleeping, or maybe you're sleeping too much, but very much in your mind. Okay. And that's really hard when we get stuck in our mind. So I'm with you on that. It's hard, Nine of Swords. But also with this feeling that I'm getting is this energy, it was meant to happen. It's something that you have to work through and to come out on the other side. Okay. And then I have the King of Pentacles here. And this can be around maybe a job loss, or maybe your boss, right? Is the bad energy. This could be also a significant other who supports you, or was supposed to support you, made promises that they didn't keep. They, and maybe it's not supporting you, maybe it's supporting the children. But regardless, that's what this energy is around. You fit it wherever it is that you need to fit it. But also, I'm feeling triggers around things being shown like trophies. So you take it as you will. Bragging, right? Making you feel less than, like you're not good enough. And that's a hard energy. Oh, I picked up the wrong card. Then I got strength in reverse. So this is being indecisive and back and forth, kind of like what I was speaking of coming into this. This is being passive, allowing someone to treat you some type of way and not put your foot down and not squash what's happening. You're allowing the flow. But also be patient in this, okay? Always understand that the universe is working for us, not against us. And so that if we're having to accept something that we don't necessarily want to accept, the acceptance is hard when you're looking at it from a negative perspective. Okay, so perspective is everything. If you can shift your perspective and accept the blessing, that's everything here. Okay, it's a blessing in disguise. And here towards the end, I have the Devil card and Seven of Cups. And so there could be a whole lot in this energy for the collective here. And 22 is really important, okay? I don't know if you're seeing 22, if it's February 2nd, maybe 2022, maybe the age 22, right? 22 years ago, maybe even doing something for 22 years. Y'all get it, I'm sure. Fit it however it fits in your life. But I feel instant gratification in this. I feel that being distracted by other things. So maybe your focus isn't necessarily where it needs to be on your career, but you feel restricted, like maybe you're not enough. And this could be for a person, right? This could be a breakup. This is multifaceted, guys. I have to read the message for multiple people. But this also is a very toxic energy. So if this is yourself doing this to you, or you allowing someone else to bring you to this energy, this is not fun, right? But the positive thing over here about this Seven of Cups is that you can see what your potential is if you didn't have these restrictions. So eliminate them, work around them, put away the toxicity. Don't allow it to continue to haunt you. Boundaries. And for some of you guys, this may be a toxic, like, could be drugs or gambling or whatever, right? This even could be going on whatever social media and looking at other people and being like, oh, well, I'm not as pretty as them, so I can't be a content creator, or I can't put myself out there. I'm just the average person. You know what I mean? Like, and if it has to do with the relationship, maybe it's because you see you're this other person that you are in love with. I'm sure that you have many reasons why you're in love with them. I'm not trying to take that from you, but they're looking out there. They're out there looking for what, something else. So you feel not good enough. Like maybe you're not pretty enough or you're not smart enough. But the whole thing is that you're allowing them or something to trigger this energy in you. So, and you don't have to have proof. I don't know why that's coming through. You don't need the hard copy of something. You don't need to you don't need evidence. Okay? Take that however you will. So then I asked to go a little bit deeper in this, and I got the sacral chakra in reverse. So if for those of you who do chakra work, this means your sacral chakra is blocked, which is right here. Okay, this is our I wants. This is our passions, the things that make us feel good. It's sexual energy, right? So this could be parental energy. This could be a lover, right? So, but the big thing that I use the sacral chakras cards for, and if you're not aware of them, look them up. There's plenty of stuff that can show you how to unblock these, okay? It came with positive movement forward, which means you don't want to move, or you don't want to believe that it's happening. You don't want to you don't want whatever else is out there to offer. And maybe this is traveling. You don't want this for some reason or another. This is a feeling, okay? This is what you feel about this situation. You don't want to move on. You're holding on, okay? Then I have throat chakra in reverse with the transformation card. So this is, I don't speak of transformation. And so that's you not speaking of change that needs to happen. But I feel like you your feelings have changed and you're not opening up about them. You're keeping them to yourself. Not that I feel like this is a bad thing. Okay? And then I have control in reverse. So this is breaking of those chains. This is not allowing someone else to get in your mind. The feeling is coming to. Oh, these aren't the feelings card. Oh, yeah, it is. I got confused there. See how this energy is? But control, mainly, it's out of your control. You can't control this situation and you know it, okay? And then I have spiritual strength. In reverse. So this is a blocked connection. And this could be, someone else has you blocked or you have them blocked. This could be connection to source. Like you're not understanding why the universe is doing this to you. Almost like a punishment or something here. 15 is important. So work on that. Look at your beliefs and figure out why you're not connecting to the universe. And as far as the connection to someone else, do you believe it's just going to blow over and everything's fine? But I do feel like you're going to open up, whether this block, you work through the block or whatever the case may be. This is your emotions just like blossoming and being like with one, right? Like having this oneness, this feeling as though I don't have to be scared no more. I don't have to, I can let this go. I can move forward and I can feel that I'm no longer being controlled or restricted, which is an amazing feeling. And then I have challenging times in reverse. So that means it's over, right? It's no longer troublesome energy here. It's you're moving forward. You're letting it go, that feeling. Disconnection, which sometimes is a good thing to distract yourself from what is going on around you. And I actually feel very supportive of this, but make sure that you're not delusional, right? And I know that's a harsh word, but maybe they are. Maybe they think that you're always going to be under your control. Or I don't know how I just said that, but take it as it is. Sometimes these messages are a mirror, so be mindful of that. And then I have the detach card in reverse. So, this is very much the fact of not wanting to let go, of holding on for dear life. But it's in reverse. So that is a release of letting go of what no longer serves you. Amen. Right? Like, be free. Let them be free. You've got your reasons. You don't need the evidence. It's not just a challenging time. This is an ongoing pattern or cycle. There's not going to be change in this situation. So it's time to see what else is out there and where is your potential. It's time for you to go on your journey. I love this. Have faith in your dreams is the affirmation. I always pull this until I say I'm going to discuss it at the beginning, but I always forget. But have faith in your dreams. Understand that the material or the physical person doesn't necessarily fit the role, that your dreams may come from somewhere else. And I got the power of silence here in the upright. So not talking to them is the best thing. You feel so much better. Do a energetic audit and see, are you feeling without them around you? You know, take some deep breaths and mind body stability, right? And you know, there's some people that you should be guarded from. And that, yes, you need to be vulnerable with yourself and understand what it is that, you know, you need to learn and grow from, or what boundaries need to be placed. But be vulnerable with yourself. You feel like you're overthinking the other person's side when you've got to be looking at your own. Feel, don't think. This could be a Leo and it's in reverse. So think about you. Feel what you need to feel. Acknowledge it. And always come from the heart for yourself. I know that sounds selfish, but spacious mind and soul. Right? Understand that the universe works with you. So if you are in a negative mind frame and, you know, being upset and all of these things, then the universe is going to put that energy around you, unfortunately. So again, there's that feeling of disconnection. Maybe the disconnection comes from you not putting yourself out there and enjoying stuff. Maybe the delusion is the fact that you really think that you're happy in this situation. But it's almost like, if this is okay, no matter what it is, it feels like you've been with them or around this energy for a very long time and you had planned on taking it with you. You know, it's almost like the amount of years it holds an importance here that you can't let go of it. It's a part of it. But like, that's not really that important here, because sometimes we are meant to not be with the same person our entire life. There's somebody else out there because you've grown and changed. Maybe they haven't. Or with a job, right? Maybe it's supposed to be multifaceted. Maybe you're supposed to take what you learned and level up to the next level and move forward. Maybe you have to move for this job. Maybe you have to move for the new person. Or maybe you have to move because you're in a breakup, right? There's a whole lot of like move energy here. There is a whole lot of leveling up energy. So I love that for you. But I think that where you're at here is, this is what lies beneath. And I have gained over in anger management. So letting go of anger, which things are kind of fiery right now, and I feel like you can be emotional here. So I could see, and maybe it's the other person's anger, but look at why anger is important in this issue. You know, so as far as what is blocking you, and maybe a shadow that you need to let go of, is deflection in the path, the journey. And even in the deflection, it's red, like this anger card over here. So it's time to move forward on your journey, to know that everything that has happened is meant to go with you in its own way. But you have to figure out how to let go of the anger, to figure out how to move forward from it and not allow it to affect you in a bad way, right? And then I have boundaries in reverse and the collective in reverse, but I'm going to show it to you upright. Okay, boundaries and the collective. But this tells me that you feel like maybe an outcast, or that you're different than everyone and that you don't feel accepted. So, boundaries are important to set here. And so, some questions that you can ask yourself here is, do I know all of my strengths and am I using them? We all have superpowers, but it's up to us to uncover them. When we live and lead with our strengths, we are able to show up in our zone of genius. This inspires others to do the same. Ask yourself, how can I use one of my soul's gifts today to contribute to this open and ready world? And then I got, am I apologizing for my truth? What part of you is apologizing for your truth and why? Today, be proud of your truth. Catch yourself when you want to apologize or withhold parts of you. You never know whose life you will change when you are brave enough to speak of it. Be the lighthouse that shines on the courage and lives in all of us. This will give others permission to speak your own truth. There is room for all of us. Courage is contagious. So, let's see here. That's really deep for me because I feel like a witch wound in this situation. If you guys don't know what a witch wound is, look it up. If you guys want me to actually create content on the witch wound, let me know. We'll talk about it. Comment below, guys. Let me know how you're feeling about this situation. 22. Didn't I say? I said that earlier. It's coming through again. Look that up, guys. Sometimes it's about the spiritual numbers that you're seeing everywhere. So look up 22 and see what the meaning is. So let's see. What do we want to go with first? We'll go with boundaries. I'm just going to read what's in the book because I really think that it's important that with this deck in order to read, okay? I know I'm not that great of a reader, but that's okay. You guys get the message. Potential blocks. Boundaries are a game of balance, and they take time to cultivate as you learn to create a safe space within you and start to assert your needs with the people around you. The potential block for this card is simple. Are your boundaries too hard or too soft? Only you can know this. You might be pushing everyone away with hard boundaries, justifying rude or selfish behavior under the guise of boundaries, when maybe it's time to consider the needs of others. You may also be projecting your own issues onto others instead of doing the internal work yourself. Balance hard boundaries with self-reflection. On the other side, because like I said, this is like mirror energy here. On the other side, you may be people-pleasing too much and inviting in the energy that passes by. If this is you, it may be time to stand up for yourself and your needs. The balance is personal and relative to each person's journey. Allow yourself to make mistakes as you learn and stay open to shifting how you do it. The exercises meditate and connect with yourself and your energy. Feel how it feels to be you. Now imagine a small bubble around yourself. This is your space. No one else is allowed here. Fill the bubble with a feeling of you. Next, imagine a bigger bubble around you first. The bubble also has your energy in it, but it is not your core. It is just the extension of you. If you want to know more of that, you let me know and I'll send it to you. So we're going to go over here to the collective. It's the number 9. It's bringing you back to the endings, right? Okay. You might be going too big and getting lost in the collective. It's massive scale and the many planes of existence. If this is you, it's time to bring it back down to a smaller scale and reconnect with yourself and your own divine and human energy. Create a foundation for yourself and from there tap into a broader scale and let yourself be guided so that you aren't swept away. See, and that's interesting because that brings me to everything that's going on in the world and like looking through social media and doom scrolling and like seeing all these bad things that are going on, but it's not necessarily directly affecting you and you're angry about it or something, you know, so be mindful of that too. Another block could be that you feel isolated. I don't know, I just feel like you guys are going to see something that you're not going to like on the internet, so be mindful of that too. Another block could be that you feel isolated and alone in this world and are disconnected from the wider collective. Remember that outside of your little bubble is an entire world of people, and their collective energy is connected to you. The last block could be that as an empath, you are tapped into the suffering of the world to an unhealthy extent. I did not even know that was coming. Remember that you cannot take away people's suffering and that feeling all the pain of others actually will not help them. You can provide support, donate to charities, volunteer, and help however you can. But taking on all of the pain will drag you down and keep you from being able to live to your fullest capacity. Start to practice compassion instead of empathy. This is a more grounded form of connection where you don't actually take on people's energy and suffering. When you remain grounded, look up grounding if you don't know what that is, and connected to your own energy, you can better help the world. I know that's hard. That's why I disconnected. I don't watch the news. I be mindful of what I stop and look at or click into because the algorithm, if you look into something, they're going to continue to feed you either A, what triggers you, or B, you know, the what you looked at, very similar content. So, you know, be mindful of that. So that's big energy here. My mind is going crazy thinking about it. Like for example, guys, my first husband passed during Hurricane Katrina, and literally right at the beginning of it. Okay, it had just happened whenever he passed away, and it was when we were like disconnected from them and not knowing everything that was going on and all of that stuff. And actually, one of the witnesses to his accident was coming back to St. Louis from there because he was, you know, trying to escape it all. And he didn't have no place to go other than back home to his family. And so, you know, wow, this is oddly connecting to the cards. Interesting. So, maybe there's something that is going to go down that is going to force y'all to move or to, you know, for things to change around you in some kind of dramatic way. God forbid. But why that's coming out is crazy, that normally that kind of stuff don't connect, but it's here. So hugs to you guys. Like, just be mindful of this energy, okay? But anyways, what was my point? Oh, I literally sat and watched all of every days and weeks. That's all I watched, was everything that was going on in Katrina. And I just cried and cried and cried and cried and cried. And I kept punishing myself. I don't know why. But that's another saying that's coming up, is that, where'd it go? I lost it. I lost it. So it must not be that important. But anyway, so okay, guys, really let me know what you feel about this. I really put the reading out for whenever you receive it, when you see it, it's yours. Okay. I really don't like the factor of putting something heavy out there, but the root of this is that it's going to get better. Okay. You can work through this. The change is actually for the greater good. Accepting of that is everything. If you're feeling some type of like high blood pressure or anxiety, that maybe it could be time that you check in with a doctor as well. Okay, that's coming to me. But okay, guys, I mean, 31. We're going to end it here. I love you guys so much. Reach out to me if you want a reading and go in depth for you in your personal life, so that we can connect this a little bit better. I'm happy to help you guys. Also, comment below, like, share, do whatever you do, okay? I love you guys. Bye for now.